What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back again with a brand new video. In this video, I want to go for a healing build that should absolutely slap in all high-level content, but it's not something for the faint of heart. I want to go for an atonement build utilizing one of the brand new healing epic enchants, Prayers of the Penitent. It's a very interesting one that's going to utilize Prayer of Healing and Penance to do AoE penances, but I don't know exactly how it's going to work. We're going to figure it out in this video, see if we can make it work, see if we can raid with it, see if we can do M+, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, before we start this video, I just want to say giveaway at the end like always, and also make sure to like and subscribe if you want to get more Project Ascension and Turtle WoW videos. We should have a Turtle WoW video very, very soon, which will be episode 5. Now, all my TBC progression videos are kind of jumbled, but also not at the same time. It is a genuine progression along 4 or 5 different characters, and if you missed the last video, make sure to check that out because we played an Evoker build. We actually did pretty good DPS with it. It was a really fun build, but it was a continuation of this guy right here. So today, my friends, I want to make a healer build, but not just any old healer build. I want to use a healer build that utilizes the brand new epic enchants for Penance, as you can see, Repentant Reconciliation and Prayers of the Penitent. Essentially, the common theme here, I'll just say, is that Penance will hit multiple targets, exactly what I recommended it do if they wanted to make it more viable as a fun healing spec in the world of Project Ascension classless WoW. And that's pretty exciting, because once again, it feels like we made a difference in the game. But what does it mean if we don't actually try the build and make a video on it? So, this is going to be a dedicated healer video where I level 1 to 70, get to max, make a Penance build work that's AoE and crazy, and we're going to be doing it on our caster character, who, lucky for you guys, is actually really well geared, and we know that from the last video. I've got a lot of spirit gear, guys, and I've got some MP5 stuff as well that we got in the last video, and I think we'll be able to make this work really easily. It's just getting to max. So what I need to do is find a group that doesn't care about ZG, meaning I'll probably have to bribe them by spending 500 or 600 gold for an aura, which is never fun, but we'll make it happen, and we'll get all the way to level 70. We'll see what abilities we get along the way, and we'll make it work. I want to start off, though, by seeing what abilities we start with. I think that we should go for greater heal. So that's going to be one thing I think of right off the bat. I'm going to keep rolling until I get greater heal. It's very important to keep in mind, especially for new people who don't watch Ascension all the time, that the basic premise here is that I need to roll my abilities through raw RNG and get a perfect build. Ooh, I'm going to go for the renew. That is actually going to carry me. Ooh, greater heal. There we go. And utilize all of the right abilities while skipping over things that really don't help me too much along the way. So as a healer, as you can see, greater heal, renew, I'm going to be going into the same type of talents, right? Going to be going into the priest tree, and I plan to use penance, so that makes sense, and some other priest spells as well. So very priest focused with this build. As for my next 2 abilities, because you can choose 4 or 3 if you choose a pet, I'm not really too sure what to go for yet. Arcane Intellect, Conjure Water, not horrible choices if I'm honest with you. Let's see. Let's keep going right now. Shield Bash, Bear Form, Charge. I'm actually thinking Smite, because we might actually go for an Atonement build, which a Priest player might actually know right off the bat what that means. Essentially, it means I do damage and heal at the same time, which a lot of you guys have been asking for, actually, especially if it's not the standard melee version that I have been playing, whether it's Dark Surgeon or a Champion of Justice or what have you. Okay, there we go, guys. Smite, and let's see. What about my 4th ability? What would I need for that? I really do like being a troll, by the way. It just feels like correct as a caster character. I'm gonna get that berserkering buff, 20% more casting speed. Greater heal is going to go faster. Prayer of Healing will go faster. So that sounds correct. Oh, maybe Life Tap, actually. Let's just go with the Life Tap. That can't possibly be a horrible choice. And so, okay, this is actually a really good start, guys, especially if you weren't doing what I'm doing, which is, you know, going for a 1 to 70 group, which I have a guide I can show you guys, and that tells you all you need to know about that. But essentially, having the smite, having the heals, and the tap just early on to make sure I'm okay, and potentially, based on the feedback you guys gave me, combining it if we end up getting this spell with Beacon of Light. So apparently what you can do is you can actually beacon yourself, Life Tap, and then in Ascension, Life Tap will actually give you a stacking buff where you receive less and less healing. Typically, this is quite bad for a healer, but if you beacon yourself and heal somebody else, you get the full heal. You don't get the penalty. That's a really cool strategy. Thank you to the guy in the comment section who actually brought that to my attention. Sometimes, the little interactions are very hard to spot. Okay, I'm still on the search for a group right now. I did want to show you guys the skill card cards I'm going with because there was a decent amount of thought that's gone into this. Prayer of Mending, it's an interesting one, right? Place a spell on the target that heals them, and then after they get hit, it jumps to a new target within 20 yards, heals that guy, jumps off them, and moves on. Penance, of course, Earth Living Weapon, really nice one to guarantee, and Beacon of Light. Now, one thing you guys might be noticing, especially veteran players, is that all of these are rare abilities, and you might be thinking, shouldn't you prioritize the epics? I would say yes, typically that seems to be the case, but one thing I've noticed is that there are a lot of builds right now that need like 8 rares, and 8 rares, I believe, is the soft cap. It could even be less. The point of the matter is, rares are hard to come by, and I want all of these, especially the Beacon, so we can do exactly what I told you guys about earlier. For my lucky cards, Power Infusion, we know about this, casting speed and a reduction in mana cost of all my spells by 20%. Holy Fire, I think Atonement might be the way to go. Tremor Totem for the utility, and Cleansing Totem as well, so a way to remove disease and poisons and a way to remove fear. Binding Heal, because honestly I never use it, who knows, maybe it'll be good. And Cure Toxins, which is poisons and disease effects. At the end of the day, you use what you've got, and I think this was going to be the best array of skill cards that I could use for what I want to do. Like I said, still looking for a group, guys. Takes years nowadays, so we'll see if we can find some people. Okay, guys, I think I found a group. They even asked me if I had ZG rep. I was like, nah, I can't find a group for it. It's not gonna happen, dude. The population's going down every day because of that kind of stuff. Like, remember when this zone was just full of people?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And now the only zone full of people is the actual capital city, because that's where people are like doing new rerolls and queuing for dungeons and BGs in arena. So it looks like it's more full than it really is, but I suspect the population's pretty low nowadays. I would actually think it's sub 1,000. Of course, I take no pride in saying that. I'm trying to get the population up, but once again, we have to build things around people that are playing the game in a regular way, and not people who play the game in a really super hardcore way. Luckily, though, they're inviting me anyway, probably because they're desperate, and I'll take it, to be real with you. So I just gotta wait for them to prep their abilities and stuff, and we'll start healing from 1 to 70. I'm actually super excited to get to max, because one thing I can find groups for, I'm pretty confident, is Mythic Plus as a healer for sure. I mean, I don't see any in the actual chat as I say that, but I'm sure it'll happen. And the point of the matter is, like I said, my gear is good enough to where I feel like we've got this. I've also got every enchant I could ever possibly need. I went ahead and I already bought all of the Penance enchants, by the way, all the new ones, the Repentant Reconciliation, the Prayers of the Penitent, we'll get to all of that, and also the Atonement I think we're gonna try. So we have a lot of good ways we could go with this. Okay, looks like we're actually gonna start. All right, let's go. Pop in the pot. Turning in quest, doing the Boar quest, Imp quest, Sarkoth quest. Horde players know it. Let's get it done. I don't trust them to share it. Maybe they will. Okay, I'm gonna go for it myself. I'll share it with everybody. I'll be the good guy. I like how it always says declined when they accept, by the way. It's a very normal bug. My favorite part about being healer at the beginning is that I really don't have a purpose. These guys really won't need my heals and I get carried. It looks like these guys are just skipping Sarkoth and going straight for Fellstalker. And honestly, I'll take it. The problem with that strategy in the OG days was there were too many people. Now, I think I got lucky. It's super late night. I think these are like a lot of big tryhards. High respect. My only point in mentioning it is I believe I'm about to go and get carried so hard from 1 to 70, man. I could use a good carry, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Sarkoth's Mangled Claw. We're gonna turn all these things in as well. Probably gonna end up around 18. All right, right off the bat, level 10 off Sarkoth. We have Fade. That's great for a healer, actually. Temporarily reducing all my threat for 8 seconds. Reduces the duration of stun effects. The stun effect thing is mostly like a PvP caveat to make Fade relatively worth it. I don't know. But the actual thing is reducing my threat, just in case. You never know. At least it used to be good before the threat changes. I'm still gonna go with it. And we've got level 14 off this one. We have the Mongoose Bite to avoid picking, actually Arcane Shot, it doesn't matter, but to avoid picking an epic. Devotion Aura, I'll give free armor to everybody. That sounds pretty cool for a healer. All right, Cutting Teeth, turning in the Boar quest, level 16. Let's go for the Heroic Strike just to avoid taking an epic, as we tend to do. Okay, level 17, but I have one more quest to turn in. Yep, that's what I thought. Level 18. Frostbolt, Sprint, or Arcane Explosion. I'm gonna go Frostbolt, I guess. Not that many very impactful picks so far. Let's Q Healer, and let's see if we can make it through this. I'm also just gonna go into Divine Intellect, get some Holy Crit, 6% Intellect from that as well. We gotta go fast. Let's just start renewing people. And yeah, the thing is, they gain levels as well. And as they gain levels, I don't have to heal them. Popping the Troll Racial, he gained a level, didn't matter. He is taking damage at these low levels, but it's not gonna last that way, guys. Like, holy crap, look at these guys! Honestly, the worst part about it is, like, these types of people are my type of people. It's typically that I just don't vibe well with people who hyper-focus on in-game hierarchies, you know what I mean? I don't care to impress anybody, I just want to play. We do have new abilities we we could pick as well. We're gaining so many levels. Hand of Freedom or Holy Fire. Let's go Holy Fire. I think it bugged out too. There it is. Okay, let's see. Arcane Missiles, Drain Soul, Consecration. I'm gonna go Consecration because there is a way to make that heal. All right, what else? Soothe Animal, Flash of Light. We'll go for the Holy Heal. Is this guy gonna die? I don't think so. He should gain a level. Let's start queuing up a greater heal. What do I got now? Nice. I'm actually starting to heal. Thank God. The problem also is that what gear are you going to get that's going to give you holy healing power early on? Nothing, really. So the gear doesn't even matter that much unless you're running and then it does, as far as I'm concerned, unless you want to go full on with the enchants and stuff, and then that's a whole nother level of min-maxing. But around level 25-ish, 30-ish, your heals just start scaling naturally. And then you can actually, you know, a 500 heal on a guy with this much HP is not that bad. Now, if you're wondering why we're doing this and not just completing the dungeon, it's because a lot of these dungeons like Stormwind Stalks or Ragefire Chasm, like I just said, even things like Dead Mines, they're so incredibly easy and the mobs have so little mechanics. It's just easier to run through it all and get as much XP from them all as you can. But the metas got different. You know, in my guide, I included very specific dungeons that you should do, like Shadowfang Keep, which my group just skipped. So in other words, there used to be a different version of the easy dungeons, and it's gotten even more specific as people have tried to make their lives easier by min-maxing it to crazy degrees. Now, sometimes this doesn't matter at all because you just get the dungeons you want, but sometimes your group is kicking people constantly just looking for RFC, and it just kind of makes it feel like it takes more time, you know? I think it's part of the ZG meta, though, because they're thinking it doesn't matter if they waste time, if when they get to, like, 62, they can immediately skip to 70. Ooh, Earth-Living Weapon, there we go. All right, keeping up Renew once again on everybody. This guy is not going to die. Everybody's going to gain levels. You see how it doesn't matter? God, I love being a healer on these runs. This is what I recommend if you're new. Okay, they're pulling everything. I'm spamming Greater Heal right now. Okay, they're gaining levels. It's all good. I can actually go for a heal on the Galactic guy. He's good now too, and we'll finish it off with a heal on the tank. Okay, more abilities, guys. Arcane Missiles, Nature Resist, Totem, Yikes, and oh my God, this is horrible. Let's go for Arcane Missiles. All right, big pull right here. It looks like if you have a lot of gear and swaps and stuff, like these dungeons are even easier as well. One of the problems with RFD is the mobs are more difficult than all those other dungeons we mentioned previously. So if you're not properly geared, this dungeon's really not worth it in my opinion. Look at that, man. Another one of these dudes with the Arcane Explosion, a Malthazad's Curse meta. I find it very fascinating. I don't really see what the point of it is. I think that's my issue. The thing with Fan of Knives is it doesn't matter what your build is. You just get Fan of Knives and you play the game, and then whatever you end up with at 70 could be completely different from another guy that took Fan of Knives. Oh, Cleanse Spirit. One poison, curse, and disease effects. Let's take it. All right, we can jump up here. Didn't actually mess that up. Okay, will he die? No, he won't die. It'll be okay. It'll be just fine. Critting for 1k. And by the way, guys, 0 gear except for what you've seen so far. 0. Don't let anybody tell you things matter when they don't. Okay, another Amninar. He's gonna die super fast. Probably record kill time so far for my 1 to 70 group. Oh, they even have a quest. What the hell? Never seen that one before. I guess that's really well played. Why haven't I always done that? See, I mean, the little things that normal people never actually care enough to look up. And then it comes out of the woodwork and you're like, yo, that was there the whole time? Okay, let's see. Conjure Food, Combat Readiness. I'll take the Levitate. We also just got some use out of Cleanse Spirit already, so that's really nice. All right, brand new abilities. Frenzy Shot, Bloodthirst. Yikes, dude. No rarity, but it's a talent. Green rarity, but garbage. Purple rarity, and I've not actually ever seen anybody play this. So one thing I'm noticing right off the bat that I haven't thought too much about is that Renew actually immediately gives you a stack of Serendipity. Serendipity is something I have been using in my Holy Healer videos, and it's pretty good. It reduces the cast time of Greater Heal or Prayer of Healing, which I plan to use, by quite a lot. It's not just the cast time, it's also the mana. Okay, what do we get, guys? Level 50, nothing. Oh, Rebirth is good. I'll take that. Okay, what do we got here? Backstab, Smoke. Oh, that's good. Arcane Explosion. I'm gonna go for the Smoke Bomb. This gives me a way to just help my team if things get pulled weird. It makes it easier for me to heal. It's a pretty good tank ability, but again, what else am I going to be getting for a legendary? Let's just go for it. We might get rid of the other legendary and go for like Guardian Spirit, but I don't really think it matters that much ultimately. Smoke Bomb's pretty cool. As I said with Serendipity, if I renew everybody, I'm always setting myself up with 3 stacks to get off a super overpowered either Prayer of Healing when I get that or Greater Heal for now. And I really like the way that plays. Water Elemental, Hurricane, Wrath. Wow, it's a tough day for healers, man. I don't think we've gotten almost anything relevant except for Cleanse Spirit. Rebirth is good, but anybody could have it, really. Blood Horror, Devouring Plague, Shadow Bolt. Wow, man. So Blood Horror is at least interesting. We've almost never talked about it because I don't know if anything actually uses this outside of PvP. But it makes you immune to silence, stun, and interrupt effects, and then it just does damage to people as you take damage and drains their health, by the way, and CCs them. I mean, it's very, very loaded. Smoke Bomb came in handy. I used it to get these Scarlet Diviners closer to the tank. That worked out pretty well. DPS dying in the background after solo pulling. That's Ascension for for you. Luckily, he's going to be okay. Okay, dungeon complete, level 60. And we've got Prayer of Mending offered to us. I'll take it. To me, that's a fun one. It does something slightly different for a heal. Water Shield, Desperate Prayer, or Penance. Wow, I do want the Water Shield, but Penance it is. I think we're going to be okay. I have Renew up on everybody right now. We have the Grace effect up. I can Penance him now. Serendipity is stacked up. If I need to get off a greater heal, I can. Let's go for the Prayer of Mending. You can see it jumping. I wish I could take some damage to make it jump again, but it's okay. We're making it, and Life Tap is definitely pretty much MVP right now. So my only thing is, if you do go for this Arcane Explosion route with the Amalthazad's Curse, don't you have to card the Arcane Explosion? Doesn't that get in the way when you're trying to do other things with your skill cards? Okay, we're almost certainly dead here. Oh, somebody healed me. We're just barely keeping people up. The whole team's working together. It's so fun. They probably see it as a detriment, but in my head, I'm like, wow, we're all working together. This is so much better than if it was anything else. People actually have to think about it, help each other. I don't know. That's just how I like to play the game. Okay, we actually won. And level 65. There's the Beacon of Light, guys. That's going to be a really, really cool one to try to use. Okay, that's a Blood Furnace done. Looted all the blood. Let's turn the blood quest in. Boom, level 66. Literally the worst draft. You know, I've barely flown in this expansion, man. Like, you just don't go to the open world. And when you do, it's probably for high risk, or at least in the old days, right? And you can't fly in high risk. Okay, we're doing Ring of Blood. Okay, guys, let's make Ring of Blood happen. Level 70 awaits us. Dismantle, Slam, and Bloodthirst. I guess we go Slam. Things will get different at max, guys. We're gonna go for some rerolls and see if we can nail a perfect build. Level 70, guys. Distracting Shot, Rend, Molten Armor. Let's just go Rend, doesn't matter. I'm staying with these guys real quick because they're doing the last boss. I was just gonna dip, but that's only because I didn't know they were gonna do this, so I want to go ahead and make sure they've got it. Okay, GG. Okay, so the first thing I did is I broke out the Grid add-on, which is going to be that thing on right above my portrait that allows me to heal people very simply when I'm in raids, and I went for a normal Gruul's Lair, but this was just to get the hang of things. I didn't properly utilize any of the epic enchants and stuff I wanted to use, but I did get brought to my attention all the different things I needed to do. So what I went ahead and did is I made a bunch of different weak auras for all the different procs we're going to be using. I'm going to go to the auction house right now too and buy all the blue enchants I need, and then we're going to have a fully enchanted guy and do some mythic plus. So my first actual thing to do on this healer was to do an M9. Yeah, an M9 when plus 10 is the highest it gets, and you're doing a healer basically for the first time with an experimental build. But I was pretty diligent in this. I wanted to make it happen, so I was honest with the person that I whispered in order to join the group. I said, listen, I'm not too confident, but if you want to take a chance on me, let's make it happen. One thing you'll notice as I show you these clips is that I actually did pretty damn well. It's a super fast build though. I think it's just the nature of the content. You really got to play fast. In the beginning, we did pretty well. There was really no issue, and that's to be expected as we proceeded through the trash. There were some mistakes, I think, here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty clean. We get to the first boss though, and yeah, the M9 really showed. This is an M9 with special affixes due to the fact that it's Mythic Plus. Affixes are typically obviously negative things that you have to deal with and that make the dungeon harder to do. Not only do all the mobs have more health and more HP, but they also spawn bees, and the bees in general will spawn if you don't move, and the bees will attack you, and that really seems to suck. So you want to move as much as you possibly can. We get to the first boss with all of that in mind, and this is the boss where arrows get shot from the sky, and you have to kill the healers, and you have to stand underneath a little house, a hut so to speak, so that the arrows don't touch you, but he's consistently knocking you out of it as well and interrupting, and it's really annoying actually. In the beginning, I think that everybody was a little bit too rambunctious, and they did a straight old streamlined pull right into the boss, and they gave no time for anybody to relax, and that didn't go so well. We wiped pretty quick. On the second attempt though, everything went rather fine, and I was able to keep everybody up with a good combination of penance into the prayer of healing so that we could proc prayer of the penitents, and then everybody would be full HP. I'd top them off further perhaps with the circle of healing, but then I would just go for the renews on everybody, for the serendipity procs, for the greater heals, and the prayer of mending, tossed out when I need to. And I was also beacon of lighting myself with the life tap strategy this entire dungeon. And once again, big kudos to that guy, because I thought, okay, this might work, but I didn't know if it was going to be that good. Yeah, it's really good. I think I can give up every aspect of my build that has anything to do with upkeeping mana, other than of course being spirit based in general, because life tap fixes the issue. But anyway, the boss is done and we proceed. Now this is when things got really nutty. and quite sad. So we get to the second boss, and if you don't know the mechanics of this guy, one of the things he likes to do is spawn little fell guys, and little fell hunter dudes will, if they attack you, drain your mana. And of course, that's not good for people who actually need their mana. And so what you need to do is consistently get those guys off. And there's some other minor mechanics there as well, but they weren't really the big issue. I had it in me. I had the heals, the right build, and the skill to get people healed even in the thick of it, but what I could not do is heal people if I did not have any mana. So they were bickering and arguing with each other, and at some point it even felt like the tank wanted to bow out, and of course we were losing more and more time. I realized very quickly at this point that this was going to be a one chest at best, and that's not particularly wonderful, but I also don't care, because what I'm here for is experience, testing, and also, do we get any gear? You still get gear even if you don't actually complete the whole thing. It's only one chest, so you know, if you don't get lucky, you're screwed, but hey, it was still a thing. So we wiped a bunch because of that. The arguing, the bickering, but they finally got it across, and they said, listen, healer, I think you should go a little bit farther away from everybody else, and the tank was literally begging the DPS to please kill the ads. But I think the real thing was just the one thing with me. Once I was a little bit farther away, the tank didn't have to focus too hard on taunting guys off me. It was way easier for him to see not only bees, but specifically the fell hunters that were on me. I didn't have many on me the entire fight, and the DPS could just keep doing their thing, which literally is just to zug, and me and the tank were able to make it through that fight. Of course, the tank was really irritated, but I was kind of soaking in the experience, if I'm completely honest with you. Then comes the last boss. The last boss, at this point, we already weren't going to get anything but a plain old failure of a key with one chest, and that was fine. It could be chill. The mechanics of the last boss are pretty much all AoE mechanics and then a fear. So the way it works is that he's going to occasionally pick a target, and he's going to shoot that target with some fire, and everybody in the vicinity of that target will get hurt. He also throws his Hell Reaver. It spins, and then if it spins on you and you get hit by it, that hurts, and then he AoE fears, and that sucks. But I can break it with the Hand of Protection, and I don't have Tremor, but if somebody did have Tremor, that would be really nice. It's a good way to counter that boss as well. Somebody ended up dying pretty early on because they were zug-zugging so hard that they kept stepping in all the fire, but that's okay, because what I did is I rebirthed him, and when he came back to his computer and realized that I had done that, he actually clicked accept, and we were able to heal everybody all the way up to full, and that, my friends, ultimately was the entire dungeon in a nutshell. Okay, I just healed a +9, and we actually failed the key, and dude, I haven't failed a key in forever. Do I think it was, like, my sole fault? No, I don't. But does that really matter? At the end of the day, it's a team effort, right? The fact of the matter is this. We had so many hang-ups on the second boss. They didn't fully understand how to do the fight, and I didn't, so I was hoping to get some guidance, to be completely honest with you. And ultimately, I was able to actually make this work with the Atonement build. What I will say is that the Atonement part of the build doesn't seem to do anything. That's kind of the problem, you know? It's super cool, like, things are proccing and whatever, and you would think it's gonna work. And it does kind of work, by the way, because the proc with Atonement on the Penitent seems to work with the Prayer of Healing as well that comes from the prayers of the Penitent. So I'm gonna keep using it. But it would be a lot better if I didn't have aggro on me the entire time. And there was also bees, like this guy said, and the way bees work up here is what you can see. Is it says you've been invaded by the habitat of furious killer bees. The sounds of combat attract nearby killer bees, causing them to defend their swarm. I can actually get those bees off me with Fade, but yeah, I don't know, it was a whole cluster. But we do still get loot. We get one single cache. Do we get something good from this M9 as a healer? No. In fact, if you can believe it, it's the same M9 piece of gear that I got in a previous run. Holy crap, I still have it in my bag. But GG, I gotta be real, this build was so fun to play, and this was genuinely a challenge, whereas if I played DPS, it wouldn't have been. Alright guys, let's just do my key tonight, right? We have a +1, we've got the infamous Wife of Zug, and we have this other guy who claims to carry us as well, this Nico guy. Perry the tank, and then Ghana, another DPS I invited who was a boom chicken, so of course he got a free invite. So let's see what we can do. We have the Prayer of Mending going up real quick as well. I'm actually pretty excited about this because I was able to heal the +9 and feel confident enough about it. Alright, we're gonna go for the Penance. Prayer of Healing procs off the Penance into the circle. Boom, boom. Oh, can I heal you? Yes, I can. 10k crit. Oh my god, that was scary though. That was scary. Alright, we've got a Penance going up into the Prayer of Healing once again. You can see that's the combo. The Prayer of Healing then once again penances everybody. That was that extra stuff you just saw. He's dying! No, he's alive. He's alive. Oh my god, it's so scary though. It's so scary. This is gonna be a tough one. It's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. It's probably something about me. These guys do great DPS, though, which is nice. I want to show you guys the smite stuff, though, but you can see it gets so tumultuous. But you see 690s off the smite right there. As long as Grace is up, which it is after a Prayer of Healing. So a typical combo is the Penance into the Prayer of Healing, and then just DPSing should be good enough for a good 12 seconds. It's just not. If there's any kind of spiky damage, it gets really, really scary. Let's see if we can make it happen after a combo here. So I'm just going to go for the Prayer of Healing since it's fast. I'm just going to start DPSing after this. Oh, that guy got one shot. Holy crap. All right, we have the Penance going up on this guy. This is a good AoE heal because everybody does definitely need it. I'm going to go in for the DPS now. We have an instant 700 on everybody off the instant smite. Going in for the Holy Fire. Oh, God, see? Getting spiked. Getting spiked when I'm trying to do DPS. It's like, it's not a DPS spec, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like some of the other ones where you do actually do damage a lot of the time. It feels more of like a little extra, you know? Okay, we do have 3 stacks of Serendipity, so this is what a greater heal looks like under those circumstances. Boom, super fast, fully healed. Let's go for the Renew, and we have the Prayer of Mending going on everybody as well. Circle of Healing to top everybody off, and I got a proc. I don't have Grace up on anybody, though, so I guess Flash Heal. Mana is a non-issue right now because of that Beacon. I want to show you guys once again what I can do with the Beacon up is I Penance, and I'm getting healed now for the full amount. I can then go for the Prayer of Healing, and look. It's like so easy to top people off, finish them off with the circle, and that's how I like to do it. Instant smite, everybody's getting healed because they have the Grace effect. It's just keeping the Grace effect up is not exactly easy for me right now. Again, I've already explained the issues with it, but so I could smite for a hot second here while the Atonement's up. I'm just barely going to miss one, but we can set up another one right here as well. I do like the Surge of Light procs. That is what's giving me either the instant smite or the flash heal. And typically, it's something you use in DPS builds. All right, lots of AoE damage here. Can I bring them all back up? I sure can. Flash heal instant on that guy. Let's get a Renew on these guys as well. I need to make sure to keep up those Renews and not get lazy. I can handle it without the Renew, but the Renew is better. It's like best practices, you know what I mean? I love this because I feel like I actually have to click a bunch of different keybinds and think. It's like in the moment, it's totally different from DPS. DPS, you have a set rotation. It damn near never changes except on the condition of is it multi-target or is it not. Whereas when I play a healer, it's an interesting dynamic. Sometimes it's Resident Sleeper, but when it's not, it feels like you are reacting on the fly, and if you are quick enough, it feels like there's always room to be a better player. That's an interesting concept though, right? Let's go for the Penance on parry right here. I'm just going to set up the prayer and start DPSing. I want to see if I can keep these guys up. See how they're all taking damage? I'm going for the Penance. I'm troll racialing soon. No, they have Bloodlust up. I can't use it. So they're all getting healed from it. It's actually not too bad. I can Penance too, and apparently they heal off that as well. So Prayer of Healing as well into the Prayer of Mending. I'm going to go for just more DPS on this. So it looks like on a boss, it's a lot more logical to some varying degree to get off this combo with the Atonement. But we can go for that right here. Pop the tank off. I don't want the tank to feel like he's going to die. Because sometimes when they're low as a healer, you just know they're not going to die. He doesn't necessarily know that, though. He might think you're struggling. Wasting cooldowns and stuff would probably be bad for him. All right, let's take the poison off. Go for the Penance. He has still more poison on him. We can take that off as well. I do like that. I have all the stuff I need to get rid of poisons. I will say, I feel like I don't have to worry about poisons and diseases and stuff as much. In vanilla, it felt like there were quite a few of them. In TBC, it's more hard CC from my personal perspective. In other words, I'm getting stunned and feared more often and disoriented more often than I feel like I'm actually worrying about dispelling, you know, some kind of... I literally almost died there because I was talking. But yeah, some kind of poison or disease, right? Nico says, where's the DPS, boys? This is good DPS, but that shows you because, like, this dude's playing Compound Hunter with actual gear. He's 127 item level. And as I told you guys when I made that video, I said, listen, this is a really good build. It totally needs a lot of gear, though. 127 item level and this dude's transmog. Oh my god. Look at this guy. He looks sick. He's like a little construction worker, bro. But yeah, he's pumping right now. And he was honest with me. He's like, listen, if you invite me, I will carry. And I was like, okay. All right, more life tap and also more beacon of light to kind of complement it to some varying degree. Prayer of Mending right now. As they get hit, the Prayer of Mending will bounce. That's going to further heal people. Circle of Healing right there. I really think the AoE Penance part of the build, which is the main premise. The Atonement is more of like a, ooh, look at me, I'm playing Atonement. But the main thing is the Penance thing, the Epic Enchant. That's just really neat. The problem is I already played a Holy Spirit build. Holy Spirit would probably be quite good with that enchant as well. All right, second boss, guys, and shouldn't be too difficult because I'm not the tank. And I don't like this boss when I'm the tank. Will this guy die? The wife of all Zug Zugs? No, he will not. We've got him up. We've got AoE coming up as well. I'm going to go back for the Beacon of Light, just so I can make sure I'm always topped off. One thing I also like about Beacon of Light to some varying degrees, the fact that I don't really have to worry about myself too much either. I don't have to heal myself. I can focus more on my team. Oh my god, I'm in a bad position. I'm in a bad position, but I do need to cast. I need to cast AoE big. Oh, that's not even good enough. That's not even good enough. Oh, no. I didn't get any crits there. This is very crit heavy. Some of you guys might have been looking at that +9 belt, and you're like, no, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, it is. That's why I'm keeping the first one I got. It was bad because I got 2 of the same one. But it's not crit-based, so I really like crit with this build. Just like most holy builds, using crit with the build is quite good because you have a lot of innate synergy, like getting a shield on your target on crit, and stuff like that. So this was a little bit different. I did say earlier that it looks like boss fights I'll be able to atone more, but not when there's so much mobility on the fight, right? Like, I'm doing it at the end of the fight here. I can top everybody off with it. It's not too bad. But again, to what degree was it necessary? Not really at all. Okay, Pathalion the Calculator. Wife of Zug Zug gets a nice penance to the face. Prayer of Healing on everybody as well. Everybody's topped off. Let's get a renew up on everybody. Also, I want to go for my beacon combo. I don't want to forget that. That guy's getting spiked. Let's go for the greater heal. Oh, no, not a silence. Not a silence. Okay, we're coming with these guys. All right, there's the penance again. We're LOSing all of these little elemental guys. Go back for those renews on everybody during the little bit of downtime that we have. Just make sure that we can keep them topped off really without going for anything else. Okay, another penance. I like to just prep it, and he did take some damage, so we didn't overheal the entire time. Pathalion's almost dead. Okay, I think at the end here, I can actually just go for the DPS, right? They have grace for 5 more seconds. Let's just pump. And I can actually penance the boss, and then I can prayer of healing everybody still. I can still get the effect. That's interesting as hell with Atonement as well. Okay, he's dead. We +2'd it. I'll take it. And I got a Mana Tombs. I don't think that's too bad. Let's see. Do we get any gear? Spirit on the first one. Oh my god. Band of Sorrow with Holy Radiance, which I guess is theoretically a brand new enchant I haven't used before that we could try, and it seemingly works perfectly with the build. I think that's it, guys. I think that's what we use. Now, do I use the actual ring? I'm gonna go with no, but I'll take the enchant. Okay, last one, guys. Do we get anything? Shockwave Truchion. No, I have a Light's Justice, dude. That's complete garbo. Okay, we didn't get anything. Jeez, man. But we did learn some stuff. Let's go put on Holy Radiance and a brand new epic enchant that we'll find out as well. Okay, so guys, I want to try 2 new enchants that we've never played before, toss it into the mix and see if it's any better. First of all, we're going to go with the legendary enchant Holy Radiance. My greater heal, flash heal, and penance also heal all targets affected by renew for 25% of the amount. You can only imagine how crazy this could get with the AoE heals, and it also reduces the mana cost of renew by 30%. Now, I was already going into renew in a really big way with my talents, which of course will be in my Discord, but this is actually making it a million times better. Now, to go with this, I went with another enchant once again that I haven't tried before, Faith Rekindled. Each time your renew heals a target with full health, the duration of renew is increased by 1 second. So theoretically, what I want to do with this version of the spec is keep up renew the entire dungeon or raid. That's what I think. I want to keep it up on as many people, because if it's on somebody with full health, it's going to benefit me long term, because every time they get topped off, it's going to basically keep renewing itself in some ways. And I like that idea. Renew could be really, really strong. Okay, so I just got done with a +2, and mostly it was pretty easy. The build does play completely different now without the any kind of reliance on Smite, Holy Fire, or even the illusion of such reliance. In fact, if I just limit it now to flash heal, greater heal, renew, penance, prayer of healing, circle of healing with the beacon of light, and then we have all our different ways to remove different things, and then the prayer of mending as well, that seems to work quite nicely. The renew effect is not exactly how I thought it would work. It says each time renew heals a target with full health, the duration of the renew effect is increased by 1 second, but the actual ticks of the renew aren't actually as fast as the actual ticking down of the duration of the renew. I thought it might have been faster for some reason, and so it's not really infinite in that way. Everything else seems to be good though in the random enchant department. The Holy Radiance effect is actually really good as well. I want to do another dungeon and really get a better feel for it, but I really want to push that idea of renewing everybody and then all of my other heals also healing that target to the limit. The thing is, sometimes the damage would be really spiky, other times it's super sleep mode, so again, you have that urge to not actually keep going at your best when then out of nowhere it hits you and you wish you did. So guys, there is one talent I think I need to be more mindful of, and that's Holy Concentration. If you really get past the first part of it, that is really pretty good on its own, 30% more spirit. You notice the fact that it says you have a 100% chance to extend the duration of renew up to 9 seconds when you're using basically any other spell that I would be using. So just being mindful of that's actually pretty big, because I can use it, and then for example, example, you see it's at 12, and boom, it's at 15, and then we can flash heal. Goes back up to 16, flash heal again, 17, and then it stops. That renew is done, right? But with Faith Rekindled, you know, we can actually make it stay there for like over 20 seconds. So it's a lot better than I thought, actually, with that epic enchant. All right, guys, we got a +3 to do. Blood Furnace, okay. All right, we're gonna start off by getting renew up on everybody right off the bat. That's pretty good for me. And then as I heal, everybody that's renewed is going to be healed as well. Let's try the penance real quick. They're all, you see all the extra heals from the penance? That's actually pretty good. What I'm really curious about, though, is let's go ahead and renew everybody again, right? And let's go for the combo and see if the penance from the prayer of healing actually heals again as well. Let's see. I don't think so. It's kind of hard to tell, though. It was only 25% if so like it wouldn't have been that much to begin with. The crazy thing about this is like my mana problems are actually non-existent as well with this spec. These are some pretty massive changes, I think, that make the build really, really smooth. Ultimately, I think maybe Holy Spirit and Holy Shock, like that version would be pretty strong. All right, once again, going for the life tap, and I have the beacon up on me. This is pretty nice. I can put down the cleansing totem for these poisons, get the renew back up on this guy, throw it on the tank, but he has so much HP. I have so much room to do whatever I want, you know? We can go for the flash heal penance, and then go for a really big combo right here, but everybody's basically good. That's so strong. It's actually really, really fun. I want to try more healing specs. There's actually quite a few other ones I could try. Let's go for the renew on everybody as well. Once again, got to keep that up as much as I can, guys. Oh, the prayer of mending hits me for full. That's amazing. That is amazing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of those poisons with the cleansing totem. Okay, this is basically it, right? Like, I can go for the penance, go for the prayer, go for the circle. Everybody's topped off. Okay, we beat the boss. It took a second, but we made it. What's the DPS, by the way? It's actually really good. You don't have to finish the penance, by the way, which is pretty sick, so I can go for it right here. Oh, that guy got destroyed. Greater heal on that guy. He's at full HP. Let's just go for some flashes. Go for the penance. I feel bad for this guy, but I can just rebirth him right now. Go for the greater heal. Oh my god, I'm super slow. I gotta remove that. They have a healing absorption effect off all these shadow balls. That's the problem. Okay, so I've had a death now. A lot of it is just like the pulls are so interestingly quick. All right, going for the renew on everybody. We're starting the second boss encounter. I want to renew in general as well to get the serendipity stacks, so it's extremely synergistic. You basically just renew, then you go for the penance. You have 3 serendipity stacks. You go for the prayer. You just always want to make sure you can do it like that. You can sit on the serendipity stacks if you need to. Okay, we're on the second boss, Brogok. Let's see how we do. Building up the serendipity stacks, and with the serendipity stacks, we can go for the combo, which is going to end up being a penance on this DPS that takes too much poison damage. Just make sure renews up on everybody at all times, essentially. I can just keep going for the renews. Okay, I'm starting to get how to play now. Really, you can just renew everybody the whole time and wait for your opening with the penance, like I said. Go for the combos, and then resume. Okay, that's the second boss, guys. I gotta be honest, it's going pretty good. Okay, we're just barely keeping everybody up here. Holy crap. Like, I got pushed by the imps, so I was in a bad position, and I almost cost everybody everything, but I have renew up on everybody, so you can see they're all getting healed. All right, go for the penance on this guy. Remove that curse on me. Prayer of healing, big. Get that beacon back up on me as well. I guess the curse is irrelevant right now on the tank, but there you go. I do need to go for that prayer of mending more. I do forget about it when I'm really wrapped up into the rest of the rotation, but we did recover, as you guys can see, which I'm pretty excited about. That was a really, really big pull for me right now, too. You can see I had no time to tap. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. M+ healing is really testing me. I actually really do like it. I'm not getting good chest runs, unfortunately. And since I'm new to healing, I want to take some of that blame rights and use it as a way to try and improve in the future, right? Go for the penance on this guy. That's how I'm looking at it right now. So I really want to play more healer builds and try to get used to this. I want to get multiple chests, you know, +10 preferably. That would be really cool. All right, we're going to get this guy up with the penance. Those renews up. Let's not slack off because of commentary. Let's get those renews up. Oh my god, that guy's almost one shot. What the hell? Okay, took a lot of damage, but we're recovering. We are definitely going to recover here with the flash heal into the prayer of mending. I'm just going to keep going for the renew once again on everybody, especially Crack Fiend right here. He looks like he needs it. Go for the penance on him as well. I bet he could use that. But hey, guys, we did pretty good. I mean, let's see if we get any loot off this one. Oh my god, another weapon. I have a really good weapon right now. Okay, but I'll take it, man. More experience. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and do the giveaway from this video. Giving out a supporter chest, which just gives you some free stuff in the game. You can sell it on the auction house if you're not actually a new player. Let's see who wins. Okay, Colin Duquette, I think. There's an epic enchant that makes your blizzard placeable and stackable with good haste. His in-game name, Grovel. And this was on my evoker build. So yeah, I know about that. That's actually a really good idea. I was actually thinking about doing the one for Rain of Fire as well. I thought it might be a little bit gimmicky though. In my mind, there was like no way to make that build's AoE worth it. But hey, maybe that's actually the way. Anyway, man, congratulations. Let's go ahead and send you your stuff. Okay, so we have Grovel, your name right here. Let's go ahead and get you your Necromancer supporters chest. Congrats, man. Hope you enjoy the free stuff. Keep leaving comments from Mcdoubles. GG, man. Congrats again. And once again, I'm doing another one for another Necromancer supporter chest. All you gotta do is leave a comment in the comment section below with your in-game name and like the video, guys. But okay, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and to subscribe. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Mcdoubles out.